All right, this is the Lucious podcast, episode 4. I am Pandemic Proof Lou, and my guest tonight, one of Louisville's best rappers. You can challenge me on that anytime. Just go check out his Spotify. He just put out a new single. Me and this dude, we've been supporting each other from afar. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad we were able to do this. Give it up for King D Havic.
Thanks for having me,
sir?
my brother.
What's good,
man?
sir?
I'm just chilling, man. I don't do much.
Yes, sir.
At the just chilling at the crib on a Saturday.
Dig it. I can dig it. What you sipping, bro?
Man, it's a little Bobby Brown. I cannot disclose the label on this bottle because I'm not getting paid any endorsement money. So when they cut the check, I will let you know what's in my cup. But for now, it's just my cup.
Oh well, shit, fuck it. I'm sipping Grandma. Yeah, they ain't gotta cut me a check. I'm happy. If you on here, share this shit. Come on in. Share this shit. All right, man. So I invite you on the show, man, because I think you're interesting, man. You got an interesting story. You know what I'm saying? This nigga trying to flex over it.
I mean, the name is everything. You got to brand yourself.
I can't. Oh man, I see now. Next episode, I'm gonna get me one of them goddamn. I'm gonna get something, man.
You gotta brand yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can dig it.
I think Yo Gotti even got a song, or somebody got a song talking about protect the brand. You know, that's part of music for real. You know, people gotta tap into what you got, not even just your music. Like, what else do you do besides music? You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure. So you got to build your brand, man. You from Louisville, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from Louisville. You know, born and raised here. You know.
What part?
I'm from the West Side, baby.
Hey.
West End, the best end.
Nigga, I'm from South.
I mean, yeah, the South is all love. I know plenty of cats out there in the South, man. The South is some good. There's some real good, solid dudes.
Yes,
sir. From out of the South, man.
All right.
Shout out 700. All my 700 kin folk. Hey. You know, y'all know what it is.
Yes, sir. So starting off in Louisville, because I know, like, when I was younger living in Louisville, I listened to a lot of West Coast music. Like, it wasn't Wu-Tang for me. It was more like Too Short. It was more E40. It was more low key.
Definitely Too Short and E40. Like, my uncles and them, they put me up on that. You know, I got an uncle, my Uncle Bubba, man. He used to have this when I was a YG, man. He had this long pearl white Cadillac, man. Thing had real live spit, man. He had an 8-track player in there. I don't know how in the world this man did this, but he found a way to record up-to-date music on the 8-track. No cap, man, for real. And you know, he used to have Too Short playing on the 8-track. It was mind-blowing back then. I still to this day, I don't know how he did it, and I ain't never seen nobody else do it. So shout out to Uncle Bubba for the Too Short on the 8-track.
Shout out Uncle Bubba.
Yeah, shout out Uncle Bubba.
Well, are you into East Coast music? Or did you get into that later?
Like, I had a lot of friends when I was in middle school that was into the Wu-Tang movement. You know what I'm saying? I think like the first East Coast artist that I really got into was probably Nas. That Nas, what was that? That
I Am?
I Am. The Brown.
I Am was hard. I don't know why people
that's the Brown CD, I think. It had that If I Ruled the World and all of that on there. But he had this one track where he was rapping like he was a gun. I thought that was the coldest shit in the world.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, as far as lyricals, like Nas was like the first East Coast person. I really wasn't into Jay-Z, and I like I said, I listened to Wu-Tang because a couple of my partners was listening to it, but I really wasn't into them collectively. I was more like a Method Man fan or ODB fan. I couldn't really. All together, nah. You know, Raekwon had a dope tape, the Cuban Links.
Right.
I checked that out, but collectively as a group, I didn't really get into the whole group for real.
Yeah, I couldn't. Like for East Coast, like yeah, Nas grew on me.
Like, see, I
Jay-Z, I
got
didn't start
partners.
I didn't start liking Jay-Z until 2003, 2004. Like when he put out the Black Album, I started listening to his catalog. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I wasn't really big on Jay-Z. To me, he was it wasn't really nothing that really stood out. He was just an average East Coast rapper. Like he really didn't
Right.
have no whole lot of punch. Like especially like listening to Nas first and then turn around and listen to Jay-Z, where you got Nas and he's more of a lyricist, he's spitting bars, and Jay-Z's more of a commercial kind of, you know, the records
Yeah.
that I was listening to anyway, that I had heard from him, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really, I didn't really hear a lot of lyricism in there, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. And I know like for me, moving to Texas, because you know, back in the day, radio, they played local shit and shit in that area. They didn't play like unless the song was hot, they would play it on that, you know, channel or whatever. So like
Right.
until I moved to Texas, I didn't know about Ghetto Boy, Scarface, and all that. Like I didn't know about any of that shit. So that's when I got put on school music.
Hey, what's the link so people can tune in to the podcast?
Lucious Williams podcast.
You gotta go on your page?
Yeah, on fan page.
On your fan page?
Yeah.
Let me grab my phone real quick, bro, and I'm gonna go ahead and share it. That way it'd be easier for people to tap in.
Yeah, for sure. Lucious Williams podcast. We live, baby.
We live, man, live and in living color. You know, we're gonna make it do with it. So, hey, so
if you watching this shit, share that shit too, please.
Yeah, if you know, share it. So I got a question for you though. So like, was you asking me about like music, my early like listening? So like with comedy, who was like the first comedian that like drew you in? Like this what I want to do. I want to be like this nigga when I grow up.
Shit. I watched Eddie Murphy, but I think Martin Lawrence, You So Crazy. And I was a kid when I watched it, but that shit was so dope. Like even the camera angles from it. You know what I'm saying? Like when he come out, they not showing it from him coming out like the front way. They showing it from him like coming out as if, you know what I'm saying, you seeing what he's seeing. And the crowd was like lit. And he was the man, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was one of the first ones. But I think Kings of Comedy, for me, drew me into like, this is what a comic does. Because you had 4 of them.
The Kings of Comedy?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, you know, subjective about who they like and who their favorite was. But yeah, Kings of Comedy is probably.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I used to like, I got my uncle, he turned me on to some Rudy Ray Moore, Dolomite. Like I was young, I found that human tornado in his room. Man, when I first looked at it, I was like, man, what in the hell is this? And he, you know how the old school cats is, oh man, you don't know nothing about that, boy.
Right.
For your time, boy, you don't know nothing about that. He said, you need to sit down and watch it. So I sat down and I watched that human tornado. It was mind blowing. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, I didn't learn about Rudy Ray Moore until like right before I started doing comedy. I was thinking about doing it. I had called up there and tried to see what it takes to be a comic. And he actually ended up, like, the special was on Netflix.
Right.
And I checked that shit out. And that shit was so raw and uncut, but it was so dope, you know what I'm saying? Because he was just telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty dope. And, you know,
yeah, and then, you know, then again, I think I got in tune with the Rudy Ray Moore because he pretty much was on some rapping shit too, though. So I thought that was pretty cool because a lot of the jokes and a lot of the dialect in them old movies, they actually rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And,
right. Yeah.
So that was
for hip hop, basically. Essentially.
Yeah, he was like after listening to Too Short and then watching the Human Tornado, it was like, yeah.
You can put them together and figure out
you could definitely put them together. Plus, they had some dope old schools in that movie. If you ever seen any of them Rudy Ray Moore movies, if you a car kind of guy, they had some of the coldest old schools out on I'm talking about Gangster White Walls. All of them brothers was in 3-piece suits. I mean, real deal polyester.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So okay, back to the music. So what was the first album that you listened to and was like, yo, I think I can do this?
I think the first album that I really listened to, this was later on. This was after I got turned on to Nas. By then, I'm listening to all kind of music, East Coast, West Coast.
So that was your first.
Yeah, Nas was like the first like New York rapper, but like the person that really I say inspired me to want to do it is LL Cool J. Like when that I'm Bad dropped in the 80s, I was a small fry. I thought that was the dopest shit in the world. Just like how the video, like the video was cold, and then like he was killing niggas on that track. Yeah. He was like straight up, I'm the baddest motherfucker out here. You can't fuck with me. I take any rapper you got, eat his lunch.
Put his face in the sand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it was like just how the beat came on with the police sirens and shit, and then he just dropped in. No rapper can rap quite like I can.
It was like,
yeah, that's classic right there. And see, everybody be talking about the great rappers and the greatest of all time. LL Cool J is never in those conversations. For what reason, I don't know. He was the first for real hip hop artist that I know of out of New York that really sold some M's and really ran that bag up was LL. So like people always talk about the top 5 dead or alive. LL don't get enough credit, man. He birthed a lot of those East Coast cats, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think he came on at a time where hip hop wasn't popular like that. You know what I'm saying? It was still breaking ground or whatever. So by the time it got popular, he was doing movies.
His consistency though too. It wasn't even just like I'm bad, man. He had the Brenda's got a big old butt. He had all. I mean, he's got the booming system. I mean, he was dropping hits, man. It wasn't nobody in music at that point in time for real. Not even no West Coast cats was coming hard like LL, bro.
Right. Yeah, and I mean his love music for a rapper.
Yeah, he definitely had something for the ladies, man.
He probably sold more of them than he did the hip hop shit.
That dude, you can play that "I Need Love" anywhere right now, bro, and it'll still go.
Right, 100%.
We talking classic records. Like me and my partner was talking about that the other day about who you want to see on the verses, and I was put LL up against who? Who could you even put up in a verses against LL Cool J? I mean, his catalog is out of the water, bro. Who can you even put up in that league with him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got so much to choose from, and he can go any direction with it.
He can go anywhere you want to take it at. He can do it, man. Yeah. Now I'm not a fan. I will tell you this though. I'm not a fan of his acting. To me, he's a terrible actor. his music, hey, thumbs up. But the acting, I don't know, man.
Hey, sometimes
maybe it's too many police roles for me. I really don't deal too well with it.
That nigga was a running back that was mad. That nigga slapped the fuck out of Jamie Foxx on any given Sunday.
Yeah, they had some real beef from what I heard.
Oh yeah, Bill Bellamy told the story. That shit was actually interesting as fuck. It was a dick slinging contest though. You know how that shit goes.
Yeah, I seen him on that, on that NQ Deep, and he was playing that role, and I was like, well, it's decent. Then he started doing the shit with the Sharks, and he started going left field. After that,
he just started taking roles and shit. Will Smith is another rapper that really don't get his. I mean, he was for what he was.
Like Will, man.
Yeah, he was groundbreaking as far as not lyrical content and that, but just as far as like the first black, first hip hop artist to win a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, facts.
And he didn't even go. He protested. He was on some real shit. He protested and didn't go. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, Will Smith don't get enough credit for hip hop either, even though a lot of his songs.
Parents just don't understand. Like, I mean, he had some good records though. It wasn't nobody making that kind of music. It's all about timing for real with music, man. Because wasn't nobody in that era making that kind of content. Everybody was around that time. You had the East Coast. They was doing they dancing and they b-boy shit. The West Coast was out there saying "fuck the police." You know what I'm saying? So nobody really was doing that kind of music what Will Smith was putting out. He was making some feel good party, let's have a good time, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like really the West Coast is what really got me into hip hop. Like that, the Chronic, NWA, all that shit.
Like I used to listen to a lot of Sebo when I was younger, man. I was in middle school. Sebo was the guy back then in my day. Like 95, 96, Sebo had the hardest shit out. I don't know. You could we gotta agree to disagree, but Sebo was that guy. Yeah, Sebo. Let me see. Who else was I listening to back then? Shout out to Sebo, man. Sebo's a real G. Like the Gas Chamber, Tales from the Crypt. Man, we knew all that. We knew that shit like word for word, man. My homies, we used to drink OE and listen to Sebo all day long in my homeboy's basement.
Who the I actually like I like Shock G. Shock G was
outside of Sebo, I listened to Mac Mall. Mac Mall was popping back in the 95, 96, he was popping. West Coast was hard though. I can't lie. They really,
when the Chronic
came out, really had that gangster shit though.
That G thing came out, bro. It was just
just
the strings, the chords in it. Like you can
like that Dog Food, the Dog Pound, they first album, Dog Food. That's another classic.
Yeah,
West Coast
Doggy
album.
Style. When Doggy Style came out, my uncle bought the shit on tape, and I knew every word to every song on that.
And you know what was so dope about music back then too, though? The covers, the artwork, like that Doggy Style, you could flip that motherfucker open. It was a for real live comic book. You know what I'm saying? That was a hell of a motherfucking marketing strategy. You know what I'm saying? Like for it to be that time that year, Snoop and them really put their heads together on that, and they presented that to a motherfucker very well. To where it's like only way you would see the comic is unless you went and bought that album. Wasn't nowhere around it. Wasn't no burnt CDs. If you got somebody to dub you the tape, you still didn't have a comic book though.
You cut out, bro.
You said I cut out?
Yeah, cut out. But you said when you got some.
Oh yeah, like if you get like back on that Doggy Style tape, like even if you had somebody dub, it was back when people was dubbing tapes. You know what I'm saying? One of your homeboys get the tape, and then we just make copies off of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't buy the original tape or the original CD, you didn't see the comic book.
And for real, like I used to motherfucking you didn't see the comic book, and I used to record off the radio.
Ah, see, yeah, you cheating.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, the top 10. So I'm recording off the radio. Yeah, the top 10 every day. Those are the
That's back when they songs. Yeah, top 10. What about? Hey, let me ask you this. Back since we talking on music, you ever used to watch The Box when you was?
Hell yeah. The Box video. That was MTV for MTV.
Man, that was the shit. No cap. The Box. I mean, look. That was back when MC Hammer had his run, boy. I sit in my room all day waiting for that UK touches to come on, boy.
Hey, that nigga was tight riding across the damn.
Hey, I swear, all in the living room. My mama mad as a motherfucker. Boy, you better quit all that jumping in that damn room. I'm in there working on my moves.
Man, you do that shit now, you'll tear ACL. Goddamn it, I can't fuck with it.
I'm getting up in age. I'm not necessarily old. I'm just seasoned.
No shit. I mean, I'm not old either, but goddamn it, I know I'm getting older.
Yeah.
No. Like this shit get rough after a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, did you listen to a lot of Outkast?
Outkast is definitely one of my favorite groups. I like their whole little movement though. The Dungeon Family, Goody Mob, Sleepy Brown. The first like Cool Breeze. A lot of people don't really know about Cool Breeze. He put out a tape. His first album was hard. And I never really heard nothing that's from Cool Breeze, but I thought he had some good flow. But Outkast definitely, because they blend well. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different. It was the South, but it was a different version of the South. Because I grew up on 8 Ball, MJG, UGK off top is one of my favorite groups.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Pimp C is my favorite rapper.
Pimp C is the truth.
Yeah, Pimp C is one of my favorite. Like that's my favorite rapper, nigga. I used to have a picture in my.
Good. Like what we talking about, like with timing. they had the perfect timing, man. Wasn't nobody doing them records like UGK, man. Like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's all about that timing, man. When they came in with that pocket full of stones and just the music behind it, not even just what they was talking about, just the music. Whoever was making their beats back then, which I did a little research on UGK, Pimp C actually made a lot of them beats.
He played all the instruments.
Tapes. Yeah, he was a talented dude outside of just being, you know, with the mic. But yeah, man, that UGK hit hard like nothing else. I bought my first key from my baby mama brother. Hey. I mean, like niggas wasn't keeping it real like that on no music. Niggas.
And his voice is unique,
brother.
His voice is unique. He used to always have it fade out.
But you know what I think was cold with Pimp C? The ad lib. That nigga's the ad lib king, boy. He might not be talking about no whole lot of lyrical shit, but with them ad libs that coming in, look at him and all of that little shit in the background. Shit.
Look at it, bitch.
That nigga got the coldest ad libs in the game.
Bro, like for me, I just like the raw shit. Like I used to like Manny Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that can't rap, but like you can't tell they can't rap based on the beat they on or whatever. So man, I mean, like
Manny Fresh is a funny dude.
Dude, he's hilarious.
He's a funny dude.
He's hilarious.
All of them skits, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like with timing, man, it's all about timing. I go back to timing because when Cash Money had they run, you know, it was right after the No Limit era. It was still New Orleans music, but it wasn't how P them was dropping.
No,
Cash Money and them came with their own. They still had that bounce, like the New Orleans bounce. They still had that sound, but the shit that they was talking about on their records was way different from No Limit now.
And it's weird because like No Limit was, because now I listen to both of them. You know what I'm saying? But like No Limit, it was just a total different sound from the same city. And they were just talking about different. I think the artists, you know what I'm saying? It might have been the artists and the way the Hot Boys meshed together, but it just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? TRU wasn't the Hot Boys.
You gotta look at it too, though. They was like BG and them. They was coming in. They was young tigers, like P and the True and all of that stuff. Them niggas was already grown men when they started making music. So you know the perspective from a grown man's eye versus a nigga that's 17, 18 years old, it's gonna be different. Because these niggas that's already grown in their early 20s, they ain't out here on the block doing the same shit Turk and Juvie them's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just that age gap alone served up for different music. I mean, like when Wayne first came out, his mama wouldn't even let him cuss. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like some of that earlier Wayne shit, but that just shows you ain't even gotta have a bad mouth to have some bad bars. You know what I'm saying? Like he was killing a whole lot of people out and wasn't saying one cuss word.
Yeah, he was a young bull back then.
Yeah, like like he's one of the top 5. Like you gotta, no matter what, you might not like Weezy, but you gotta respect what he's done for the culture. That's what everybody.
That nigga had like a 5-year period where he was killing.
Weezy's great for the culture, man. But like the Lil Wayne shit, where his dreads is halfway falling off, they own it.
That nigga dreads like burnt French fries, man.
If he was going for the roster look, he nailed that. For real.
That nigga
he really do look like a dirty Jamaican right about now.
That nigga looks terrible right now.
Yeah, but you can't knock his talent though. He's absolutely hands down. He's one of my favorite rappers. He's if not the coldest rapper alive right now.
Bro, I was on a podcast one time and I said Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper growing up, and them niggas looked at me like I was the devil. I was like, no, I grew up like he was like 15, I was 13. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up on his music, so of course. And then like he was one of the first Southern rappers to like get into the lyrical shit.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? He went on some bullshit. Dude,
he made
a song is hard.
He made a huge jump. He made a huge jump from like, I feel like making like hood music to making like just universal shit. Like punchlines and the wordplay, like you said, like in the South, like a lot of people wasn't on no lyrical shit, like you know. What I'm saying?
You're talking like, you know what I'm saying, the song.
Lil Wayne say some shit, make you rewind that motherfucker. Like, I got to hear this again. This nigga said a mouthful on her. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, at one point, that motherfucker, I mean, he still does, but it's kind of like he's like with Eminem status where
I think what really blew Wayne up though, he had that one summer where he wasn't really putting out no music of his own, but he was hopping on everybody else's shit and stacking them on their own track. Like, you couldn't turn on the radio that summer and not hear Weezy at all. He was killing everybody out on his own track.
Right. So I think he reached the level like Eminem. You know how Eminem, when I was younger, Eminem used to be hard just because he was a white dude rapping about shit that black people can relate to. You know what I'm saying? And he was a little, crazy.
Eminem was abstract, man. Eminem came in and he was definitely a game changer because you look at all the European or Caucasian rappers that come before Eminem. None of them was even spitting nowhere even near that. Not even the subject matter what he was talking about, but the dude could rap fast as fuck, or he could slow it down. You know what I'm saying?
And he could put words together that didn't go together and make them make sense later.
Yeah, and see, he sold his brand. That's what made Eminem so hot.
Right. I think that's where Wayne is at, where he's just making words rhyme on beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how Jay-Z will give you a glimpse into his world. So he's talking about the cars and shit, the art.
I think Wayne is to the point to where now he knows that he's a household name. So pretty much anything he say, motherfuckers gonna fuck with it anyway.
Hell yeah.
Just because he's who he is. Like when he changed his name to Tune or whatever, his flow just went out of nowhere. Just like his bars increased. And then, you know, I heard he went to school and shit. You know, dude went to college for psychology and shit. So dude's really educated motherfucker behind the scenes. So, you know, when you take up psychology, that means you picking a motherfucker's brain. You know what I'm saying? That's like you trying to figure out what makes this work. So I think it probably helped his flow once he started going to school and really figuring out how the brain works, because then I could write or I could illustrate what I think people want to hear due to, you know, who they are as a person. You know, you got street cats, they're going to think about this kind of subject matter. You got cats that work every day, but they still be in the street. They're gonna think about this kind of subject matter. So I think when he started going to school and he started playing the guitar and just really expanding himself, the level of music that he had, it just started going to other places.
Right. Look, David Bringer says Eminem was revolutionary. He was himself.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to him. He wasn't trying to be like nobody but him. And like I said, he came in and he had the whole from the look to the music.
Yeah,
even the music videos, like even the videos that he had was like short films. You know what I'm saying? Like the Guilty Conscience video, classic, hands down. It's probably one of the best videos in hip hop history. The Guilty Conscience with him and Dre. That was a dope video because not only could you visualize like what he was saying, but they actually put it like bar for bar. Everything he was saying on his rap, they pretty much showed it to you on the film.
Right. Fuck that shit. You caught this bitch cheating.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah. Eminem was, you know what I'm saying, like for the time, but like now it's just like he just rapping to be rapping. He's just rapping because he like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to.
I don't know. I can't agree with you on that one though, bro. Because that last tape that he put out where he did the deluxe edition, just like he put out 2 different.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Can you cut that down some?
Is it Music Made to Die For? What is it?
Yeah, now he's got some cuts on there. It's like skimming through it. I think some of the more recent Eminem shit, the production, like some of the beats that he selected for some of his more recent shit was garbage. I don't know if he just didn't want to fuck with Dre, he's making beats himself. I don't know. Like as far as the material was good, but the production was suspect to me.
That's been like, for me, it's been like the last 5 or 6 albums.
Yeah.
Like after Eminem show, the production kind of like
Yeah, yep. And it was that one where he had the pill bottle on the front of it. I think that was the one with Superman or something like that on there. I think it was like his last really dope album. Then the rest just was, I'm gonna put it out.
You got 2 songs maybe you can choose from.
So let me ask you this, since we talking about Eminem, who you think won that little rap beef they had between him and Machine Gun Kelly? Did you ever catch any of that?
Machine Gun Kelly won that beef.
Yeah, he killed him out. That's what I think. Yeah.
But I mean, like Eminem, like you look at the people he beefed with, a lot of them dudes wasn't really Benzino, Vanilla Ice.
You taking shots at people that can't even defend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was funny. NSYNC ain't finna do nothing. But it was hilarious listening to it.
I tell you what though, he stayed tearing Superman ass up. I don't know what Christopher Reeves did to this man. But yeah, they got a beef that's been stretched on for about 10 years now.
Man, he stayed. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that's about.
I don't know if he didn't sign an autograph or what the deal was, but he makes sure he got a couple bars on deck for him on every album.
Bro, yeah, he was most definitely different. He like lyrical content. I listen to him, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying. You can kind of see what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying. You can imagine it if you listen to it. But I don't listen to it as much as I did when I was younger.
Cause it's different, man. You getting older, bro. That's like, you know, people ask me all the time, like, man, have you heard the new such and such? Have you heard the new Lil Uzi? I don't really get into a lot of these new rappers for real. I mean, cause it's not that they ain't talking about nothing. It's just maybe that's what it is. They ain't talking about nothing. And everybody's using auto tunes, bro. Like, it's cool to do that shit like on a hook or something like that, bro. But if your whole song is auto tuned out, it's gonna lose my interest like quick for real.
Yeah, I mean, like 1 or 2 songs. Wayne started doing that shit a lot too, and it started killing me.
Man, T-Pain made that shit hot, and then yeah, right. He had it wasn't even just that he was using the auto tunes, but it was just good songs. Period.
Right.
You know, so I mean, that shit just ain't for everybody. Like a lot of people are fans of Future. I ain't throwing no shade because, hey, man, dude's on. He's all in his bag right now. Me, myself, I'm just not a fan of it because it's too much auto tunes on there. I want to hear it without the auto tunes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like with Future's hard to me, man. Future's is, you know what I'm saying?
Like Future.
Yeah, because like
I'm not a Future fan, but I tell you who I do like this he's pretty much with Future. What's his name? Black Migo, Scooter. I like Scooter.
Oh, Scooter, yeah, Scooter's hard.
I like young Scooter.
Yeah.
Because to me, he's like Future without the auto tunes. They pretty much the same nigga. But Scooter is like Future minus the auto tunes.
Right. Okay, yeah. I fuck with Scooter too.
Same trap flow, same kind of beat, same song concept, but you don't hear Scooter with that auto tune shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it got wore out, but I mean, like Future is all right. It's like I separate music into different categories. Like certain music supposed to do certain things. Like I don't listen to Jay-Z trying to get turned up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking to Future. Like if I'm going to a show and I just want to, you know, what I'm saying, put in the car and pop a little bit.
It's different kind of music. Future makes good music if you're on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
If you sipping on some syrup, you done popped you a couple perks, you definitely can tap in with Future. Future is not no shit you can listen to like on your way to work.
Right.
You know, like everybody that has a job, whoever's watching this, who's ever tuned in, everybody, no matter who you are, I'm pretty sure you listen to some kind of music on your way to work. Get your day started. Future is not that guy you want to put on before you go to work.
I do, but no, because I'll be ready to. Let's get this day started. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to. Like I'm trying to motherfucking get the day started right. Like turn up and get some energy going.
So what you saying is you tapping in with Future on your way to work. That's what you listening to.
Hell yeah, let's fuck up some commas. Let's fuck up some commas, yeah. Like bro,
that is a good song to listen to.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for the bullshit. So I mean, like, yeah, I love Future, man. back to you, sir. What got you recording music? Because a lot of people like, okay, so with comedy.
I've been recording music. I've been recording music for about the last 15 years. I started out doing music when I was young. My first rap I ever wrote, you remember Darren, like the little Darren class, Surf Friendly C, and all of that shit.
Right.
Try to keep kids off drugs and all of that good shit.
Yeah.
Well, the first rap I ever wrote was for Darren. We did a little talent show. We did a little talent show, and there's some people did poems and some people did like little acting or whatever. So I decided to write a rap to try to keep kids off drugs. And that was the first rap that I wrote. And I did it. I was going to Englehart Elementary. Shout out Englehart Elementary, by the way. Yeah, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, I did that, and it was dope. It was the first time I ever really performed right there. And I was in front of all my peers. They gave me a standing ovation. It was like on and cracking after that. Like that's when I knew what I wanted to do.
What year was this? Like how old?
And I can't tell you that year, bro, because then it's gonna.
How old was this?
Bro. How old was I? Let's say this is about 4th grade, 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was early. Like it was the first rap, and then we did talent shows and shit after that. Me and my brother Blackface. Shout out Blackface, by the way. That's my guy.
Hey.
We did some shit. That's when Crisscross was popping.
Bruh, when they dropped.
When we was young guys, Crisscross was real popular. So we rocked that. Turn the clothes back was just like Crisscross. We did that. And then I'm thinking about it, even before then though, me and my cousin Weeder, Lil Wayne, shout out Lil Wayne, man. We doing some stuff. I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute too. We got some stuff going with these kids on this flag football, but that's another one of the people that I started music with. You know what I'm saying? And we had our own little group, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. His last name's Hyde, so he's Mr. Hyde, and everybody calls me DJ. So it was only right that I'm Dr. Jekyll and he's Mr. Hyde. So that's one of the guys that was with me from day one. We started doing this shit. We was going to the Family Life Center down on 28th in Muhammad Ali. Yeah, it's a throwback right here. He's probably gonna be mad that I'm sharing this with y'all. It was throwback. We used to, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You couldn't have told us nothing. That's when we really thought we was something. Back then, there was another Bad Creation though.
Okay.
Remember that group ABC? They had that one song, The Playground and shit. Remember that ABC, Another Bad Creation? So we killed their song out. Me, Weeder, and my homeboy Marshawn Baker. Rest in peace, Marshawn. He was one of the guys that I started with too. You know what I'm saying? And he actually Marshawn, better known as Shorty B. He actually went on to do music. He had some stuff he put out with Too Big and Her Season and them guys. So I mean, but he's one of the people from when I really started like falling in love with that music. So R.I.P. Shorty B, Marshawn Baker.
So when did you get in the process of making music to put out? Because like with entertainment, there's really no like manual for it. You know what I'm saying? You just do it and figure out how to do it, and then you know what I'm saying?
You just gotta live life, man. To me, that calls for good music, especially if you want to give like people a piece of you. Like anybody, I feel like can put some words together and rhyme it and get a hot beat. Everybody want to be a rapper now. Like back when I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Like wasn't no Fruity Loops, wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, no beat making programs, the Pro Tools and all of that shit that we record on now, that shit wasn't out back then. And if it was, I didn't know nothing about it. Right. So, you know what I'm saying, you had to actually go to a for real studio to make music versus anybody that's got some money can get a studio set up, recording your living room, your basement, whatever. Music is more accessible right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was young, it just wasn't like we started out back in the day on the Sony PlayStation on some MTV Music Generator. That was the name of it. And we could make beats off of it. And everybody had like a little tape cassette player or whatever. Everybody got one of those for Christmas. So what we would do is we would make the beats on the MTV Music Generator, record our own tapes of our own music. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it really started, like with what we was doing, like with Havic, you know.
Yeah, I can dig it. So where you choose Havic from?
You say what now?
I said where you choose your rap name from?
Well, King D, I feel like, man, you know, if you're gonna do something, you need to be the best at it. And I feel like in order to be the king, you got to cover yourself as a king. I don't want to just come out and say I'm the baddest motherfucker out here, but when you listen to me, you gotta put some respect on it. And the Havic thing, like real shit, that's really some street shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it's an acronym. It stands for something. You know what I'm saying? On some street shit. And what we did was we took something that some people consider as a negative and made something positive out of it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Butter. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him, we go way back from whenever. You know, that's the person that once I you know got to a certain age and I moved around the city, you know, and I moved over on Wally Ann. Okay. You know, and it was a bunch of guys hanging out on Hurl Ave. Shout out to Hurl Ave, man. Shout out to all my people on the block. Yeah, I gotta give shout outs, man. I got to. You know, that's part of me, man. That's family. That's always family. So we took like some street shit and made a brand out of, you know, it to me, like Havic is deeper than music to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's a life commitment right there, you know, with me anyway.
I can dig it.
So we took and made the tapes and shit, and then you know, bro had to sit down for a little minute, and he gave me everything that I needed to keep the music and shit going. From the PlayStation, the fucking tape deck, the mic, the speakers. He gave me everything. Said, "Look, cuz, I'm gotta go sit down for a little minute. No matter what you do, keep the shit going."
And you kept it going.
We kept, not just me though. It ain't never just me. You speak on Havic, it ain't never just me. I'll never sit and take all the credit for that shit. No, I won't do that at all.
Yeah,
it's my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's family. You feel me? The people I make music with that's deeper than music. Like we ain't even got to ever rap, and we still gonna be locked in.
Right. I can dig it. So what got you to pushing the album? Because you got a couple albums out. And
man, I got a lot of stuff, man, and I just really been trying to stay working, man. You know, I feel like I read something that Tupac did. He wrote like 3 songs every day or something like that when he was locked up. Right. So if you write like just think about it, wrap your mind around this for a second. If you write 3 songs a day for 7 days for 1 week straight, that is a nice amount of music. Yeah. In a week to write 3 songs a day for a week. It's a lot of music right there.
Right. I can dig it. You know what I'm saying? Like, take me.
I got to also give a shout out to Lowdown, my homie Bell, Leon, Legendary, Too Raw. I was in a group when I was younger, you know, before it really jumped off with Havic. Guilty by Association, GBA. It was the first people that took me to a for real studio. So I got to shout them out off the dribble. Because they saw some shit in me that I ain't even seeing me. You know, nigga was already rapping, but they was like, look, nigga, you need to come in the studio, start putting this shit down. Fuck just rapping that shit just for the hell of it. Come and they pay, you know, they pretty much just came and got me. I ain't had no money. I was cracking broke back then.
It's some beautiful shit when somebody shows you the game. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, whatever entertainment it is, you know, they show you. Like these are the steps.
They showed me like it was the first time I ever was in a big dog studio. We was at Head First Media. Shout out Head First Media. I think Daz, if you familiar with music in the city, people that know about music in the city, Daz was one of the engineers that was doing everybody's shit at that time. He was like one of the coldest in the city. So Daz, he pretty much did the whole album. We actually got an album. So I'm in the process of getting that digitally remastered and putting that back out there because it's a lot of people that didn't really hear it. Some of the people that know, they know. It's one of them things like if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can dig it. So take me through the process of what it's like recording an album. Because like doing stand-up, you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like
it's really the same. It's really no different, bro. Like, you know, like what I normally do is I put some beats on, you know what I'm saying? Try to see what kind of vibes I get off the beat. To me, the beat dictates on where I should go at lyrically.
Okay.
Like, you you might hear a hard beat, and it might put you in the mind of the trap, or you might hear something that's kind of mellow, laid back, might put you in a mind of some for the ladies, or whatever, you know, or you might hear something that's got some organs, like how UGK and them used to put some organs shit in there.
Yeah.
When I heard beats like that, that's when you got to give them like a life story, some real life shit.
Yeah.
So like people, I think like when you rap it, people will like it. But like if the shit that you're talking about is real and people know it to be true on a personal level, people can identify and they gonna gravitate to it more.
I can dig it.
Cause you know it's like you see a lot of people in music and they talk about all of these stuff on all of this shit on these records and shit, and then like when you see them out, they're really not that same person they talking about on the records. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of them niggas that you gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm riding around in this Lambo and I'm doing it. Nah, because when you see me and I don't have no Lambo, I'm gonna look like an asshole.
Right.
So, this really ain't never really been my cup of tea.
Right.
But does it make good music? It's a lot of motherfuckers that make good music. That's like Boosie said in one of his interviews, you know what I'm saying? Like it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you actually think he's still riding around with bricks? I mean, you got to change, you got to level up at one point in time, but he can speak on that type of shit because he's lived that lifestyle. People can identify him with living that lifestyle. So, you know, you got a motherfucker that's saying that they the Birdman and they got bricks and niggas ain't even got $1,000 in their pocket.
Right. That's how it be though. Motherfuckers be hyping themselves up, man. So, you know, like especially with the hip hop, because you'll see some people and you be like, man, that nigga ain't living like that.
But you know what, low key though, confession though, man, I really wanted to try my shot at being a comedian because I always been a class clown, I always been a goofy ass nigga. But I don't. Hey, look, I got stage fright, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Stage fright, you rap.
I got stage fright, bro. Many shows I done rock, bro. I got stage. The very first show I ever did, bro, I had on some dark ass cool mode D-Lokes, and I had some shit going on in my mind to where I can see them, but they can't see me type shit.
No, man.
I was nervous as a motherfucker.
Look, check this out. Whenever you want to try it, bro, I'll get you on. If you just want to try it, I don't even care about making it, you know what I'm saying, something you do. But if you want to try it, I got you, bro. I'll get you in. Yeah, comedy's tough, but it ain't that damn tough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's different. Nah, it's different because like with music, even though if a motherfucker don't like what I'm rapping about, if my beat is decent, if the production's decent, a motherfucker gonna still vibe with you. When you're on the stage and you doing comedy, nigga, you ain't got no beat behind you. you gotta entertain these people.
But that's the beauty in it, though. That's the beauty. You gotta fall on your face. Because if you don't follow your face,
how many? All right, so how many times you done fell on your face? Have you did?
Yeah, I do that shit more. I do that more than I do motherfucking great shows. Because you trying to figure shit out. Like a lot of shit, you post a video because it's at a point now where you got it figured out. A lot of people don't post videos and where they struggling and fall on their face trying to figure out what the hell they talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like there, you know what I'm saying?
Trial and error kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show you my losses, nigga. I'm only gonna show you the wins because the wins prove that this works.
It's always like it's something like I noticed like with doing music, like from people on the outside looking in, you know, they just like what you was like going back to what you were saying as far as the process. You know, people just look at it like you could just go in and say whatever you want to say. But I mean, like you got a lot of good artists that people have never heard what they got to say because just the quality of the sound.
Right.
It's like that's where you come like when you got these home recording studios, you know, people want to cut corners and you know, try to save some money here and there, but really you got to invest in yourself because you can have the dopest song, you can have the dopest song in the world, but if the sound quality of it ain't right, then people are gonna skip right by that shit.
Right. And I mean, a lot of people don't see that in music. Like I said, a lot of people think they get on stage and then it's time for their special. And it's like, nah, bro. It ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Now, how you work is on you. But if you don't put in the work, bro, you ain't gonna know how to feel the people. You ain't gonna know how to like read the room.
That's like the thing like with comedy. Like I said, you don't have no soundtrack behind it. So it's like you got all these people in the audience, and you know, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people they drinking beers and they you know they feeling themselves, so they looking at you like a deer caught in the headlights, like nigga make me laugh.
Yeah.
versus the same thing. Versus the same thing when you do a show. Like, you know, now coming to the stage, we got King D. So now I got all these people in this crowd that's looking for me to entertain them. Just looking for me to, you know what I'm saying, whether it's a dance vibe or whether they want to hear what kind of bars I got or whatever. It's kind of the same, but it's different. Because like I said, at least I got the music to back me up. Even if my lyrics is trash, my fucking beats fire, they locked in.
But here's my thing. I think you should try stand up, bro. You are, bro.
Man, let me know when you can get me on there, man. I'ma do it, man. We gonna
bro. Like I swear, I don't know how you get. I don't know the feeling you get when you get on stage. You know what I'm saying?
It's an adrenaline rush. It's a high, bro.
That shit is like heroin, and I ain't never did that.
We didn't lose a drop because I done did some shows where, you know, some little open mic nights and shit here in the city where, you know, we done been on the bill or whatever, and we done showed up. We done got 10, 15 people with us. We done bought the hood out. You know what I'm saying? So we sit through, we on the list. So the list goes down. As the list goes down, the crowd goes down. So by the time, you know, I done did shows, by the time I get to the mic, only people that's even in the club is the people that came in here with me. But I'm still gonna perform like it's a packed house though.
You got that's how you get those people that came out.
Yeah, it's how you get your stage presence and all of that, man.
Yeah.
All of that counts. All of that counts, man. I learned that by doing music with Infuse. Shout out to Moki and Brian Gill. They, you know what I'm saying? They some guys that's doing their thing out here. Did some music with them and some nice venues with a packed crowd, and they got smoke screens, lights. That was the first time I ever performed with a live band. I mean, a for real drummer, somebody on the guitar. Like we had a lot of fun doing them shows with Infuse. So shout out to them. Go check them out. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. For sure. So you get your presence up, and like when you first started, you said you got stage fright, right?
I did.
You stage fright. So how did you learn to deal with that?
Just gotta
consistency,
you gotta get comfortable. It's like the show. What got me comfortable with that is doing them shows where it ain't nothing but 3 or 4 people in there, or 12 people or 20 people or whatever. Them little bitty ass shows is what got it together. To where once the crowds got bigger, it was like, now it's game time. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like with sports. You know, you can do a scrimmage against somebody, and you know, you're gonna play. But when it's game time, you're gonna bring it. You know
it's a whole different atmosphere. So,
yeah, and it's like with like I said, back to Infuse, like that was some of the biggest shows I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like packed house, like wall to wall, like ain't nowhere for nobody to go at, you know, and it was good, and we really put on a great show. And then, you know, it's like with merchandising and stuff, like these guys got T-shirts and wristbands and all kind of stuff that like just like how they market it. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot by dealing, you know what I'm saying, doing music with them though.
Yeah. And I mean, like with stuff like that, you don't understand like the business side of it.
My whole family really is in tune with music though.
Yeah.
You know, like my Uncle Freddie, he's like the backbone of that music shit with my family. When I was young, I used to steal his raps. So shout out to Money G, you know what I'm saying? Like he showed me, for real, shout out to Money G, man, because he taught me how to beatbox. Like I thought that was the coolest shit in the world.
Bro, that shit is hard. Like the Dougie Fresh shit.
That nigga's cold, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I done did shows and done had Unc come up around, and I tell the DJ like, look, kill it. I don't even worry about it, kill it. And I have, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's part of my upbringing, bro.
Right. So doing music, what is your proudest moment where you like, yo, I got something here?
The proudest moment, I gotta say, like on this last tape I dropped, Music, Money, Motivation.
Go cop that.
Yeah, go cop that. Yeah, go cop that. Go stream it. Go run it up.
It's on all streaming platforms, right?
All platforms, man. Catchphrase, man. I'm everywhere like her, man. You know, I'm everywhere like her. So wherever you get in that, YouTube, Google, whatever, Napster, Deezer,
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think like my most proud moment was putting that project out, because a lot of the music that I got out, I reached out and touched people. So it was a lot of features and stuff. So this was like one of the projects that I put out that was just strictly me, hands-on, doing the recording, you know what I'm saying, coming up with the concepts. And I put my own machine behind it, you know what I'm saying, and really put forth an effort to market it and things of that nature. And right now that's like my highest like as far as streams and as many album sales and shit, like that's my most successful project is the Music Money Motivation. And that's because I put a lot of time and effort into that shit right there.
Yeah, because with this entertainment shit, when you don't get the results you want, you damn near want to quit. But when you do, you don't ever want to stop.
And I got a lot of positive people though, man, that really want to see me do this shit though. You know what I'm saying? Because people know how long I've been grinding it out. So it's a lot of people that will come out and support. If I drop a tape, they'll share. And it really, and that's the thing, like with local music and just with doing shit, period, in the city, you really don't even really gotta, to buy somebody's tape, yeah, that's the goal. That's what we all looking for. Yeah, go ahead, support, come out, go to iTunes, go buy it. But even if you share some of the music that some of your local artists put up, or if you got a show and you share that on your page, that's support right there. You don't necessarily got to support somebody financially to support them in what they do.
100%. I was telling somebody that the other day. She was like,
Real shit.
I'll buy your merch. I said, I'll give it to you for free.
Real
But
shit.
just share this shit. Just the more eyes on it, the better it is for everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if it's one person, two people, 50 people, but at least somebody else got to see it that didn't know about it and was like interested in the shit.
And see that's the good thing with like doing music with different people. Like we're doing features, you know, like somebody might reach out to me and say, hey man, look, I want to get you on this song, or whatever the case may be, you know, send me the email, whatever, and we'll do the song, because it's people that's already in tune to what they got going on that probably never heard of me, or they might have heard of me, but you know, it's like cross marketing.
Yeah, for sure.
I got another project on the way. Shout out to Pose, Fresh to Life.
Hey,
me and him, we got an EP get ready to drop sometime coming up real soon. The first single off the EP, Powerballin', is doing pretty good. We like almost 9,000, 10,000 streams up on that. That's just the lead single. This is one of my guys. I've been knowing this man since Mazik middle school, so we reached out. Yeah, old school throwback.
Day one to day one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Throwback, man. And you know the funny thing about it is we really wasn't even really doing music shit like that back then when we was in Mazik. We was just hooping. We was just shooting ball like a motherfucker, you know, doing that shit. But then, you know, as we got older, you know, you run into people out and about. Hey, yo, bro, I see you doing your thing. You still fucking with the music, and yeah, you doing your thing. So let's link up. Let's exchange numbers. Let's build. So we got a tape coming. It's coming real soon too, man. It's a good look, man. I think they're gonna like it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get you off of here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna waste all your time tonight.
Nah, you good. But look though, before you get me out for it though, look, Powerballing on the way. Powerballing on the way.
I had one more question. Hold on.
Go ahead.
All that out.
Go ahead, shoot it.
One more question. What's the best advice you got with hip hop that you use to this day?
The best advice?
The best advice.
Man, make music for yourself. Quit trying to don't make music because this other person made a song and it sounds good like that. Nah, make music for yourself, man. Because then you'll never go wrong. Because when you try to sound like somebody else, or you try to emulate or duplicate what somebody else already got going on, it's not gonna sound the same because you're trying too hard to be somebody that you're not. Make music for yourself. Write what's true to you. Even with comedy, say the jokes that you want to say.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I appreciate you, brother. Now you can get all that out, man. Shout out who you want to shout out.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. First Street Key, Quarter Key. That's my guy, Slip, bro. He just had a birthday just passed. You know what I'm saying? He's part of the fam. He got a tape. No struggle, no progress. Go drop it. Shout out 316 because he got music out online. Cold. Young 3 is cold. You know what I'm saying? He got tapes. Look him up. Spotify, YouTube, wherever. Shout out Frank Dutch. My people's in VA. You know what I'm saying? On the production. He's solid, engineer, whatever you need. He's got it, man. Like I said, man, like it's your we just get ready to keep it going. 2021, man. I like your whole pandemic thing because, like, in the pandemic, man, you still got to find a way to get it. This pandemic right here just shows who's a hustler and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people in their home on their ass, living off that unemployment. You know what I'm saying? That's like a crutch to somebody. Not knocking nobody to do it, because if you can sit at home and get your bread, get your bread. But get out here and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, go get it.
Once again,
where can they find you at, sir?
Where can they find me at, man?
Give your socials out, man.
Social media handles. I really don't. I don't do no Twitter. I don't do Twitter. On Instagram, I miss whatever. I got a lot of my music and my links is on our Song Whip. I got a Facebook music page, King D Havic. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, man, it's gonna
Spotify. Keep on. You got all that, right?
Yeah, Spotify. Yeah, Pandora, iHeartRadio. And one more thing too, man. I forgot. My cousin M1. Shout out to M1, man. Hey. Shout out to M1, man. That's my people's man. And he's also doing music, man. For real, like I know so many talented people in this city, man. I don't want to leave nobody out, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's got their own lane, and I fuck with people on different levels. And it's a lot of good, great local guys, and I would never sit there and say, oh, I'm the coldest nigga in the city. You know what I'm saying? I would say it because at the end of the day, bro, that's what's keeping the music scene divided in this city. You know what I'm saying? You go to other cities, everybody do music together, but niggas in Louisville got the mentality that every nigga's the coldest nigga in the city. So it's gonna prevent people from making really good music and linking up and really putting on for the city. You know what I'm saying? Like the other day I seen the Jack Harlow guy and the ESTG. They on Jimmy Kimmel. Come on now. They're from the city, from two different sides, whatever. Right. However you have to make that make sense. But Jimmy Kimmel, come on now.
Yeah. We need unity, man.
That ain't gonna happen if niggas got egos and shit like it.
Yeah, sure. Like you can't take that shit personally, because I feel like you supposed to think you the best in your mind anyway. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a knock on nobody. You ain't trying to ruffle no feathers. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get on a comedy stage or whatever thinking I'm not the best. Now, do I know the talent level of everybody on the stage? Yeah. And there are some people that are better than me, but I'm trying to reach their level. But while I'm on stage, I feel like I'm the best. And I feel like people are rubbed the wrong way when people say the best. And it's all perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like what you think is the best, I might not think is the best.
And that's like even with the comedy scene. It's some real funny guys in this city, man. It's some real talented individuals. Shout out Verge, my homie Verge. Been knowing him from way back in the G. He do stand up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's so many people that I know, man. Like I gotta definitely say shout out to one Trey Tone. That's my guy, real solid dude, and he's the hardest working man I've seen in this city, man. This man's got music. Nobody can outwork him right now. Shout out to him and Shark Living, Shark Life. They doing their thing. Tone, at this man, hey, Lucious, I'm telling you, if you ain't hip to dude, get hip to him, get in tune with him, man. Tony Spinneroni.
Hey.
He's the hardest working man. Shout out Smoketown Nave. You know what I'm saying? Nave, he's definitely a great artist for me. It's so many people. You know, and that's like with me, bro. Even though this is my little interview and everything, I ain't just gonna just be sitting here talking about it because it's so much cold shit going on in the city, man. One thing I do notice about this pandemic and you know with the corona and all that shit, we in a city full of hustlers, bro. Everybody's chasing their own bag, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's selling food and people got clothing lines popping up, you know, people's got beauty salons and different things, you know, and that's the thing about Louisville, man. This is a hustler town, man. If you can make it here in the city, man, you can make it anywhere. Everybody try to leave and I need to be in Florida, I need to be in Atlanta.
I would agree with that, bro.
I need to be in Cali so I can get this popping, bro. If you can't get it popping here, and this is a hustler city, you can't get it popping here. moving somewhere else is not gonna help you out because it's about your drive. You can live anywhere in America and have the talent with no drive.
Exactly. And you look at the landscape of everything. Everything's done over the internet. Like, yeah, you can be there physically, but at the same time, do you really have to be there physically?
And those are and the artists that everybody's saying, oh, I can't understand how this man made it. The Lil Pumps and the whoever, Lil Pistol Smoke, MC Macaroni, whoever, motherfuckers can't understand why these people is on and they in the game and they getting that bag. You know why? Because they're killing the internet. They have the time. The average motherfucker that rap or the average motherfucker that do music don't have really no time to really sit in front of his computer like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it takes. Like in this game we living in now, the age we living in now, you got to be internet savvy. If you don't know nothing about this World Wide Web, then you already losing. Where can you even go and buy a CD at in this city right now?
Well, nigga, I couldn't tell you.
See what I'm saying? Like you can't. Do they even sell? They hardly sell CDs at Walmart.
They're starting to sell vinyl now more at Walmart than they selling CDs.
My point exactly. So everything's gonna have to operate online. Them days of going to the studio and getting the CDs pressed up and covers and shit and standing out front of the store like, hey, look, this is me and my people. Check us out. We just want $5, whatever. Them days is over with, bro.
Now you better get a hard drive, nigga.
Days is over with, bro.
Yeah.
And that's where marketing comes in at. Because the music part of it is the easiest shit that I do, bro. That shit comes natural because I've been doing music for so long. It don't take me no time to write a verse. I heard a beat, I lock in, boom.
Right.
It's done. That's the easiest part of this shit is the music part. But once you get this song done, how you gonna market it? How you gonna present it to the people? What kind of are you gonna shoot a visual? How you gonna do the video? You know what I'm saying? All of that is key, bro. All of that is key. That's why I say the music money motivation is the thing that I'm most proud of because of the streams, because of the album sales, because of how people's tapping into the videos, to the visual. Like a visual is key right now. Shout out to Black Swan. Black Swan creative, he's one of the dopest people with these videos in the city. So shout him out too. He did the G Code video. If y'all ain't seen the G Code video, tap in King D Havic on YouTube. You can type in that just like how it is, how I spell it, and it's gonna pull up a bunch of my videos and albums. Just like stay tuned, because 2021 just applying pressure. That's the only thing I can do.
Hey, bro.
Somebody asked me the other day though. I'm gonna say it too. I don't want to cut you off. Somebody asked me the other day. They said, "Man, well, what if you don't never make it?" Motherfucker asked me. They said, "Man, cuz you've been doing music for all these years and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, what if you don't never ever pop?" And my response was, I had to think about it. I was like, damn, you know what? It's a good chance I might not ever do it. I'm still gonna keep grinding it, and I feel like with what I've done and the relationships and shit that I've built with different people, even if I don't make it, I guarantee you my little people's quarter key will make it because that nigga's fire.
Right.
I guarantee you, my cousin 3, he'll make it. He's fire. And I
mean, like shit like that though. Like
it'll come to a point. It'll come to a point where like, bro, I'm damn near 40. I'm saying, it's just like shit. Niggas ain't really trying to be tapping into a motherfucker they ain't been tapping into. So if it does come to that, then shit, it's so many people around me that do music and we can focus in on that and we can push it and we can make it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stroke and Money. You know what I'm saying? That 2 more of my cousins. That's dope, super dope, super dope.
And I look at it like this, bro. If I don't blow, pause. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to educate everybody on the way up there. You know what I'm saying? Like what I learned. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't about being the front runner. Sometimes it's about educating everybody else about how the business goes. And
at the end of the day, bro, I used to want to be the captain when the motherfucker that drive the boat, drive the cruise ship or whatever. I used to want to be that top dog motherfucker. I don't even got to be that top dog motherfucker. If I'm on the ship, we all get to the same destination.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's team first. Like for me, most definitely it's team first.
That's like my homie Butter used to say all the time, man. Each one teach one. Each first person put me up on that. Each one teach one, man. And that's valuable, man. That like step aside out of music and comedy for a minute. Like each one teach one. That's why the world and the country is the way it is now, because people that know some shit ain't trying to share it with no motherfucker. How you think the game goes on? You might know some shit. You might give me some pointers on comedy or whatever that you doing in your lane that I don't have no knowledge about. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever I learn from you, I can take and teach that to another motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody had to teach me how to record. That's Sam Rothstein. Sam Rothstein showed me how to record.
Right.
First motherfucker that was like, look, bro, here, you need to learn this shit. You know, sit down, you can record yourself. You can do this. Shout out Rothstein. And see, like he showed me how to do that. And then I showed this person. And it's the each one teach one thing. To where now, shit, not only do I know how to do it, but it's a plethora of other people that know how to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He could have easily been on some shit. He could have easily been on some shit like, you know, I'll record you, bro, but I ain't gonna show you how to push this button. I ain't gonna show you how to drop this wave. Man, he could have easily did that.
Right.
It's like with anything. It's like if you're a mechanic, you ain't necessarily got to show a motherfucker how to change a engine unless you want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. It's a certain amount of game that you will keep for yourself, because self-preservation is always rule number one. So you gonna don't get it twisted now. Self-preservation is first. Yeah, real shit. So, you know, but Mr. Miyagi had to teach Daniel's son how to do the bonsai in order for him to be as great as he was. He had to. Wasn't no way around that. He had to show him how to. Patience is a virtue, man. Everybody think his shit's fly by night. You think because you put a song out, like just because you got this many followers or whatever, like your shit, the motherfucker's just gonna buy that shit up. Hell no, you gotta work with that shit, bro. Anybody who's on right now, they don't work hard for that shit. So I don't take it from nobody. That's like you look at people like with NFL teams and shit, how you can sit back and watch an NFL player drop a pass and say, oh man, this nigga's a bum. He ain't no motherfucking bum. That man been playing his whole motherfucking life to get to a professional level to motherfucking provide for his family. Doing what he loves. So that motherfucker is far from a bum just because he dropped that pass. That nigga working hard as a motherfucker. Even when it ain't football season, he's still lifting weights.
But those are haters, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what a hater is. A hater is a motherfucker that can't do what you do, but always got to say something.
Man, haters are motivators, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
If a motherfucker hate for you to do that, that means really deep inside they wish they was in their position, or they feel like they can do it better than you.
They wish you were you.
A motherfucker that's a hater, that's motivation.
Right.
That's definitely motivation. If you ain't got, what's the song say? If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. If ain't no motherfucker talking down on your name, then you ain't doing shit. You just a regular motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I appreciate you.
Shout out to the haters. I've been shouting out everybody. Matter of fact, let me give a special shout out to the haters. Haters, but congratulate us. Yeah.
That's what's up. King D Havic, check him out. Spotify, all streaming platforms. I appreciate your time, sir. You know what I'm saying? This is Lucious Williams. Oh, go ahead.
It's always a treat when players meet. You hear me?
Hey, what he said. This has been Lucious Williams Podcast, episode 4, King D Havic. Go check him out. You can check me out, Facebook, Instagram.
Motivation in on platforms now.
Hey,
no struggle, no progress out right now.
Yes, sir.
Open Mind Gun Control, M1 Music out right now. Young 3, Corona Pack out right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, fuck with the team, man. Fuck with the fam, man. 502 come up. You already know what it is. Hey, man, appreciate you for having me out here. Number straight love.
Hey, King D Havic, man.
Look at that, King D.
Hey. All right, Lucious Williams Podcast, episode 4. Check me out on Instagram, King Lucious the Great. We out this bitch. Fuck with me.